Hey everyone, welcome to the Sportanic once again. So this is IPL Zone episode 8. So today we brought along Utkarsh Kumar Singh, who's the editor for the Sportanic. So today we are going to discuss the review of LSG versus RCB. It was a thrilling match, low scoring thriller, and also discuss about yesterday's matches. Sunday's matches, which was Punjab Kings versus CSK and MI versus RR, which was 1000th IPL match, and also discuss about GD versus DC at the end, the preview, and then ask Utkarsh some quiz questions as well at the end. How are you, Utkarsh, by the way?
Sure. Can you come again?
How are you doing, Utkarsh?
Yeah, I'm doing just like any other IPL fan after seeing that post-match scenes between RCB and Lucknow.
Yeah, crazy.
just,
All right. Anyways,
ju-
let's discuss
yeah,
about the LSG versus RCB match.
yeah,
Very scoring match. First of all, let's talk about KL Rahul's injury right now. Utkarsh, I think
yeah.
that's a huge concern. Especially for LSG in terms, and then for Team India as well. Your thoughts, especially KL Rahul's injury, and then how it affected the batting of LSG in the second innings as well.
Sure. So I think that injury looked pretty bad. It seemed like Rahul had stressed his hamstring while fielding there, and it was obvious he didn't come to bat. In fact, he came to bat in the very end, like for the last wicket, and even then he could not run a single run. So
Yeah.
it looked pretty bad from the scenes of it. And for Lucknow, see, Lucknow has that kind of batting depth to cover up for KL Rahul's absence. But it will be a big loss to Team India in a World Cup year if Rahul goes injured for a while, because he has been a backbone of Team India's ODI batting, especially since he started coming at number 5. I think he is the best middle order batsman right now for India, and especially after Shreyas Iyengar's injury, Rahul was expected to cover up, to take up a larger responsibility in the middle order, but
Mm.
with him injured, we have to see the extent of injury and for like how long it's going to keep him out. But if he's out for like a few months, then it will be a big loss to India's World Cup campaign coming up. Yeah.
Yes, very true. Talking about the pitch, Utkarsh today, Lucknow's scoring was RCB. It was a very low scoring pitch today, and RCB sort of got 126 for 8 after 20 overs. Were you satisfied with RCB score? Especially, Kohli and Faf got a good start. 61 run partnership. And then the others struggled. Then wickets started to fall, and only then Dinesh Karthik, I think, scored around 16 or 8. And the rest of the batters struggled. So, your assessment of RCB's innings, because Faf and Kohli got a good start, and then the collapse started, and then rain started to fall in the 14th, 15th over. So then things started to affect, and then RCB got 126 at the end. So your thoughts on the first innings?
This IPL has seen so many high scoring thrillers, like so many 200 plus scores being made and chased all around the different grounds. But Lucknow is really an exception this season, where like Lucknow has seen some low scoring thrillers, and the pitches generally have been slower in Lucknow. It was the same case today as well. I think RCB. RCB goes that pretty early, and they were not looking at a very high total of, let's say, 180 or 170. I think they were
Mm.
looking after somewhere around 150 to 160 for the kind of pitch it was. And of course, the RCB has had concerns with their middle order batting, especially like after Kohli, Faf, and Maxwell. No one really has stood up for them, and they really wanted the lower middle order and the middle order batsmen uh, to really take them from 120 to, let's say, 150, but that could not be the case. But coming on the pitch, it was really on the slower side, and you can see Lucknow, they were playing with like what, 5 potential spinners. There was Amit Mishra, there was Krunal Pandya, uh, there was Deepak Huda, so there was Ravi Bishnoi. So, like, yeah, it was a pitch that supported spinners, and it was not at all a batting friendly pitch. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Now, as we got news, I think Kedar Jadhav has actually replaced David Willie. So, I mean, we have seen now continuously Anuj Rawat has been failing at number three. He's been brought as number eight also as impact player. He's failed on that as well. Utkarsh, do we see Kedar Jadhav playing for RCB at any point during the season? Because as we are seeing that RCB are lacking a bit in their firepower. I mean, especially in that middle order. DK is not having the season that he had as last season. He's also struggling to get along. Shabazz has been very poor with the bat. He was dropped now in this match. Can we see Kedar Jadhav coming? I know he's 38 years, but he has the experience. He led for IPL in the past. He scored runs also for CB and for other teams as well, especially CSK. So, your thoughts on that?
So definitely, I see Kedar Jadhav coming up in this Royal Challengers Bangalore playing 11, especially because he has been picked as an injury replacement for David Willey. The thought behind is the same, that RCB has lagged in that in the business end of the innings. So see, they have been getting good starts from Kohli, Faf, Maxwell, but it can't be, they can't bail you out every day. So the batsmen, and they have a very pretty good pool of batsmen, young batsmen. Anuj Rawat, Suyash Prabhu Desai. I think Suyash Prabhu Desai should bat little higher up the order, because he bats up in the domestic for Goa. Then Anuj Rawat is not someone who really bats up. He should come a little down that order. Then again, Mahipal Lomro, there have been huge expectations from him. He also hasn't delivered. Sabaz Ahmed has had a pretty good season last year. He also debuted for India, but he also is not delivering. So I don't know, like, it's a curious case for RCB. Like, all the youngsters, uh, they're not delivering, and definitely in such a situation, Kedar Jadhav will come in the picture, and RCB will look up to him for some to finish the innings the way they want.
Yes, I agree with you. And then coming to the LSG first innings, I think Naminal Haq has stepped up really good, I think, for LSG since Mark available for the second leg. And then wickets came from Ravi Bishnoi and Amit Mishra. I think the spinners, there's a lot of assistance at Lucknow since the pitch is a bit slow and it kind of assists for the bowlers and the batters sort of struggle. So, your thoughts, assessment of the LSG first innings, especially the bowling of Naminal Haq, again picking up 3 wickets and economy is down seven also.
Lucknow is definitely a bowling powerhouse. Well, people should not attribute that only to the bowling friendly nature of the pitches, the Lucknow pitches. Lucknow, if you see the Lucknow bowling lineup, the spinners they have: Ravi Bishnoi, who has bowled well this season. Amit Mishra has picked up wickets at crucial time, despite of being what 40, 41 years of age. He's still delivering for the team. Then Krunal Pandya, I see him as one of the biggest positives of this LSG bowling lineup. He's someone who is bowling in power plays, tough overs, but and rightly getting the wickets at the top. So Krunal Pandya is delivering for them. Naveenul Haq, obviously, he's bowling pretty well in the death at the death. Mixing it up quite well between the pacer deliveries and the slower ones. Then Avesh Khan, it was expected more from him, being a senior bowler in the team. And also, like, Lucknow have tried a few domestic, pace bowlers in Yudhvir Singh, then Yash Thakur. But I think Lucknow is a very good bowling lineup, irrespective of the pitches.
Yes, I agree. And talk about the second innings, obviously, without K. Rahul's absence, I mean, he couldn't bat. Obviously, Khan has had the pressure to obviously deliver, but he couldn't deliver at the start, obviously, without K. Rahul's presence. And sort of, I mean, the LSG batting order collapsed as well. So your thoughts, especially the way that LSG approached, I mean, they had the 127 to get. So your thoughts, the way that the LSG approach, especially Myers going for a dark and then Puran failed. I mean, he got out pretty early. Stoinis got a start, but he also couldn't convert it. Same with Gautam as well. So your thoughts about LSG's approach in chasing that target?
So today was such a day where Lucknow we're looking at one of either Krunal Pandya or Deepak Huda to anchor the innings, because KL Rahul does that role for them. Unfortunately, he was not available in that second innings, but Krunal Pandya and Deepak Huda, they should have been there to anchor the innings alongside someone like Kyle Myers or Marcus Stoinis or Nicholas Puran, who they just know the one way highway kind of a game. I think Lucknow missed that kind of an anchor, and that really hurt them, because you see, run rate was never an issue chasing 120 odd runs, but what they needed was the wickets in hands. They were constantly losing the wickets. No one really, stood up there, taking singles in the middle, hitting, looking for that odd boundaries, but not like blistering sixes and fours every over. So Lucknow needed an anchor. Rahul, if he was there, he would have been uh, an asset for them definitely. But yeah, so Lucknow missed that anchor today.
Yes, I agree. Thoughts on the RCB bowling as well? I mean, Tharun Sharma got the two key wickets of Puran and Stoinis today, and then Josh Hazelwood bowled really well, coming back. I think one for 15 of 3 overs, Hasaranga 2 for 20 of 4 overs. Your thoughts on the RCB bowling? Because I think the addition of Josh Hazelwood has strengthened the RCB attack. I mean, Siraj bowled really well power play, although in the death he conceded runs. Ashar bowled really well as well today. Your thoughts on how RCB bowled, especially on this slow track? Very difficult. I mean, especially Duke would have played a part, especially it rained a bit in Lucknow, and then possibly the rain conditions. I mean, you could come into play. So, your thoughts, especially on the second innings of how RCB did. I mean, especially the bowling.
So RCB is bowling is again like has been quite well this season. Like Siraj is getting those early wickets. So Siraj getting the power play wickets consistently has really been kind of a like boon for RCB. Then of course Hazelwood is not someone you can get away with quite easily. Like he bowls those hard lengths. Hasaranga, like these kinds of tracks suit him. The sprint friendly tracks. Then Karan Sharma, of course. So RCB as a bowling lineup again, like I rate them as one of the best bowling lineups. Like this has been a big improvement for them compared to the previous seasons. So with Siraj, Hazelwood, and Hasaranga, you've got like 12 overs of 12 overs where the batsmen can't really mess with you the way they want. So and Harshal Patel, like he's not really been in the form, but of course on slow tracks you can't get away with him either. So there you have 16 overs of what, like 16 overs of bowlers. You really it is difficult to hit them. So yeah, RCB's bowling has been a revelation this season, and it has been a big improvement compared to previous seasons.
Hmm. Agree. All right, let's discuss about the yesterday's matches. Obviously, we had Punjab Kings facing CSK and Mumbai Indians facing Rajasthan. Let's talk about Punjab Kings versus CSK because that was a thriller at Jaipur play. I mean, Punjab Kings somehow chased that, especially Sikandar Rasa, and won that match somehow. But your thoughts? I mean, 200 put on the target. I mean, CSK put 200 yesterday against PBKS, especially Devon Conway played again a good knock of 92. So your thought, he put 200 on Chekhov. Could it have been defended by CSK yesterday, especially with the way the Punjab Kings approach? And I think they lost early wickets. I think all I think Livingston and then Taide and I think Sikandar Rasa at the end stepped up. So your thoughts on yesterday?
So let me remind you, like Chipok this season has not been the same Chipok we have known for years. Like we have seen so many 200 plus scores already, and given it was a day game, somehow like it's not that slow compared to previous seasons. So it has been Chipok has seen some high scoring games, but of course I expected Chennai Super Kings to defend this total, not just because they are my favorites, but they have been in the form, and they were right there. Like the required rate once like had reached over what like 14, 15 runs per over. Then like Liam Livingstone's onslaught on Tushar Deshpande, that 20 runs over, I think that changed the whole equation. And from then it was what it was a it became Punjab's game to lose. Like the run rate came down to 10 runs and over. uh, Last over Patirana I think bowled well. 10 runs
Mm.
is not an easy, 9 runs is not an easy score to defend in the last over in a T20 game, especially against an experienced batsman like Raza. He did, he did get those dot balls, and they needed what 5 runs of the last two. It was then,
Yes.
Raza showed his experience. Instead of going for that boundary, Raza went for a double. He just pushed the ball in the gap to take a double, and then 3 runs of the last ball again. Instead of trying to just knock the ball out of the boundary, he just kind of chipped it over the fielder, and got those 3 runs. So it was a very close game. Of course, CSK should have won. It was CSK's game to lose, by the mid of the innings. But then Liam Livingstone changed the whole equation completely. Then Jitesh Sharma, I should mention him as well. Like that innings of 22 runs, I think of what 10, 11 balls. I think he continued the momentum for Punjab after Livingstone's departure. So
Mm.
it was a
Yes.
well earned victory for Punjab.
Yes. Can we see any changes in CSK? Especially we are seeing Akash Singh every time going for 20 or 30 runs in the power play, and especially when there are players like Simranjit, I think, in the bench. I'm not sure about his injury status right now, but can we see players like Akash Singh being dropped perhaps? And but I mean, another replacement. I mean, Santner was doing well at the beginning of the tournament, but Teachner recently hasn't been picking up wickets, and Santner is all-round player as well, could bat as well. So do you see certain changes happening at CSK, especially the way that they're losing home, because they've lost the last 3 or 4 matches in which they could have obviously been top with the way that the other teams also have been, other top teams also have been losing. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. Like CSK at once, like after 7 matches, they were on the top of the points table. They had won four games continuously, and then they have lost twice, back to back games. Uh, Dhoni is someone who does not believe in too much of chopping and changing policy. Akash Singh, Dhoni looked up to him as a power play bowler uh, who could get that early breakthrough. But unfortunately, for the last two games, Akash Singh has not been doing that role. In fact, he's going for runs, and uh, someone like Hunger Gaker. So he's sitting in bench. So the thought might be that maybe bring Hunger Gaker back for Akash Singh, so that would aid more in the middle overs.
Yes.
Then in that case, can we see Patirana bowling in the power play as well? So that can be a possibility. Then of course you rightly mentioned Tikshana has not been in the form that was expected of him. However, Santner, we saw in the early matches he bowled well for CSK. Santner is that kind of a player. He's a team. He is the team player you look for. Someone who can come in at any point in time. You assign that role and he delivers. It has been very harsh on him to be sitting out, but Yeah, CSK has to do a couple of changes in their bowling setup because unfortunately, like except Jadeja and Patirana, I don't see too many positives for them. Deshpande had been bowling well. He has the
Yeah.
purple cap, but again, like
Mm.
he has went for what, like 12 runs and over, which is not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, maybe get Hunger Gatkar in for Akash Singh. Simarjit, I think he is injured again. Like not sure, but if Simarjit was available, he bowled very well in the power plays last year. So maybe
Mm.
get him. Yeah.
I agree. Should Dhoni bet higher than Jadeja, because Jadeja has been struggling so far this season with the runs. He's been bowling well, but he's not actually scoring runs. And then we saw Dhoni hitting two sixers in the final over as well. And we see him in good form right now. I mean, in the net shows, he's scoring. I mean, he's hitting sixers and boundaries. So can we see that adjustment of Dhoni batting a bit higher up? Because this season we're seeing some sort of form with MS Dhoni. Jadeja is not scoring the runs. He's doing well with the bowling, but not with the bat. So thoughts on that?
I think the thought behind sending Jadeja up the order is to give Jadeja some batting time in the middle. So Jadeja has not been in the same batting form that we saw from him in last season, last few seasons. And Jadeja's batting is really crucial for CSK, especially in close matches where you are chasing a high total. So there, Jadeja is someone who you look for finishing the game. Unfortunately has
Yeah.
not been in the same batting form, and Dhoni just probably just wants Jadeja to spend some time, get that batting form, get that confidence. Sometimes it's just about that one knock. So you are just
Yes.
one good innings away from gaining that confidence. So
Yes.
maybe Dhoni is promoting Jadeja for that kind of an innings. But of course, now that things are getting serious in the middle, with
Mm.
so many teams locked in at the same points in the points table, and qualification for playoffs becoming a bit tricky now. So then
Agree.
I expect Dhoni to stop experimenting, and there's no question that Dhoni has been batting better than Jadeja, and I
Right.
would go even a stretch ahead and say Raidu. So
Yes.
Dhoni should definitely come up the order at number five, or if not five, then six. But again,
Mm.
like the rationale behind sending Jadeja was to just give him some batting time. But I think now the time is really gone for that experiment, and yeah, just come up the order.
Agree. And top of CSK bowling was Utkarsh Deshpande has been doing really well. I know his economy hasn't been that great, Utkarsh, but I mean still he's picking up the wickets. I think he's still the purple cap holder as well, uncapped player as well. So your thoughts on his performance so far this season, because they don't have a Mukesh out. He's out of IPL 2020, and the way that Tushar Deshpande has stepped up, especially last season, he got a run of games, but then was dropped after a few matches. But this season he's been given that continuous run. So thoughts on him?
Uh, See, I have sort of liked Deshpande's bowling, as in he has got everything that is required for a T20 bowler. Like he has got his pace. He can bowl pace at around 140, late 130s speed. Then he has got those slower balls. He can bowl the bouncers. We saw him getting the wicket of Livingston with that bouncer. So he has got those deliveries. I think T20s are like harsh on bowlers at times. You just miss like what, an inch of length, and the same Yorker becomes a full toss, and it goes to the boundary. So Deshpande has picked wickets. He has bowled well in middle overs at the death again. Like he is mixing it up. Uh, Somehow, a couple of matches have gone wrong in that aspect, but still, there have been matches where Deshpande pulled it back for CSK. That game against RCB. Deshpande bowled pretty well. He nailed those Yorkers. So I still, kind of adore his bowling and expect him to, you know, to be that guy, like to be the Mukesh Chaudhary for CSK this season.
Yes. Let's talk about the outside match, obviously, of IPL Mumbai Indians versus Rajasthan Royals. It was another thriller over there, but we have to talk about Yashasvi Jaiswal's 100. That was incredible to watch. I mean, Yashasvi Jaiswal right now, orange cap holder of IPL. So, your thoughts, first innings, I mean, the way that Yashasvi Jaiswal picked it up in the bat for RR, I mean, when the others were failing, I mean, Yashasvi somehow ensured that RR get 212 on the board. So, your thoughts on that match?
Before answering that question, like you mentioned holders bowling and Mumbai finishing the game, so you saw like holder in that last over bowled
Yeah.
three full tosses and they went for sixes. So
Mm.
you see like how cruel this game is. Like even an experienced bowler like holder, not getting his length right in the last over. So someone like Deshpande, of course, will learn with time. But anyways, coming to the Mumbai versus Rajasthan game, Jaiswal, Yashasvi Jaiswal, I mean, he is like one of those batsmen who is kind of who does not have any weakness. Like he he has transformed himself. He has carried himself pretty well after the from the under 19 days. Like
Mm.
he has grown in a stature. People would think that he's just a test player and he plays with a slow strike rate, and he has shown like it's not easy being in a team with someone like Josh Butler, Sanju Samson, Simron
Yeah.
Hetmeyer, and then batting with a higher strike rate than those batsmen,
Yes.
scoring more runs than those batsmen. That really tells like the guy has got something. And this is not the first time he's doing it. He did it last season as well. He has done the same in the domestic uh, tournaments. I mean, it's high time he should get into the national side. I mean, he's ready for it. And he
I
is
mean,
someone
especially
who,
when like Ishan Kishan is performing right now for India and all. I
yeah.
mean, the openness that they have. I mean, along with Shubman Gill, I feel Jaiswal right now is set. I think he, even though he's 21, 22, I feel like he should at least be in the squad for 2020 cricket at least in the future. Especially with
Of
how he's
course,
performing.
see with guys like Ishan Kishan, I mean Ishan Kishan, of course, like when he gets going, he really gets going. But then with batsmen like them, you kind of see that they have a certain weakness. That okay, with really express pace bowling, or you bowl him certain hard lengths, they really struggle. Ishan Kishan especially struggles in rotating the strike.
Mm,
That's a big problem with him. But
mm,
Jaiswal is something, I could not spot a single weakness in his batting. Like he is good against pace bowlers, he is good against spinners, he
yes.
rotates the strike pretty well. He scores more boundaries, he
Yeah.
scores sixes. And that's the best part. He plays the orthodox shots, the copybook shots. Then he also plays those T20 ramp shots. So
Mm, yeah.
he nailed it. Like you saw against Jofra Archer. Like if Jofra Archer is bowling you at what mid 145, mid 140, 145s, and then you are launching it into sixes. Like it's not easy. So
Mm,
and he has done it against all the bowlers. So I could not see a single bowler troubling him. Uh, and so Jaiswal is definitely, I would say, ready for the national team, and he should be getting chances very soon.
yes, I agree on that. Your thoughts, especially Jason Holder being batting at number five, as well, because it's very strange to see Jason Holder batting at number five for RR. Your thoughts on the tactics that I mean RR were going for this, because when you had a Simron, Hetma, and Ashwin, they are sitting, and especially Ashwin, we know that he has batting capabilities. Last season also he was batting at number three as well for RR, instances like that. So your thoughts, especially very interesting, because Jason Holt has been batting, and I mean number eight may not been utilized much with the bat. and all of a sudden Sangakkar, the head coach, decides to bring in Holder at number 5 and he fails. So your thoughts about these interesting tactics being brought up by RR, especially with the tinkering around with the batting order?
Yeah, of course, Ashwin has been sent up like as a pinch hitter, and he has done pretty well, Ashwin. So if they had to send a pinch hitter, why not send Ashwin and why Holder? That's a very good question. And Jurel was there. Dhruv Jurel was like there in the dugout. Shimron Hetmeyer, of course. Like, I mean, it's just 20 overs, and with just 8 to 10 overs remaining, why do you need to shield your batsman, like the best batsman? I mean, Simran Itmar has, has scored well, he has batted well. Dhruv Jurel has batted well. Why do you want to shield him? And even if you are sending, Jason Holder to, kind of as a pinch hitter, then his role is not to, play singles like he did. So Holder, I think he just hit 1 6, but then he scored something like 7 of 8 balls or something around that.
Yes.
So why, I mean, even if Holder was sent as a pinch hitter, why not just do that role? Why kind of play singles? I mean, it was really a confused strategy that definitely did not work. Ashwin would have done better at that role. Hitmeyer would have done even better. So yeah, I mean, crazy. Yeah, crazy thought that.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the second innings as well. Mumbai Indians, the way that they chased it. I mean, Rohit Sharma fell early. Ishan Kishan and I mean, Green got a start. I mean, but they also collided. I mean, but we have to discuss about Surya Kumar Yadav's knock, Utkarsh, and then Team David, the way that he finished 45 of 16, three sixes at the end, as you mentioned at the beginning. I was going to come to that, but your thoughts, especially on Sky's knock and Team David, especially Surya Kumar Yadav, because he's very crucial for that Indian national team of this the 2020 team and the way that he's been performing. So, your thoughts on both of them?
Well, I think the before talking about them, I think I'll talk about like the biggest story for Mumbai this season, and that is the duo of Cameron Green and Tim David. Uh, Mumbai after after Kiran Pollard's retirement and then losing Hardik Pandya, they really were missing batsmen in the middle order who could finish the games, who could really just take the attack to the bowlers. And Cameron Green and Tim David are just doing that kind of a role for them. So this has been the biggest revelation for Mumbai Indians. And you see, like, if Dewald Brevis, Baby AB, or as he's called, then Tristan Stubbs. So these two batsmen are also like some crazy hitters of a T20 game, and they are sitting in the dugout. So Mumbai has done well to kind of make up for the absence of Hardik and Pollard from the batting order. What has really not worked for them is, they have not got good starts. Rohit and
Hmm.
Ishan. I mean, both of them are have been pretty inconsistent, out of form, and that has really hurt them. And on the top of that, Surya Kumar Yadav, again, like, he has hit that rough patch, and he batted well against Rajasthan, and that's why you saw like they won the game. So you see how important Surya Kumar Yadav. So one of Rohit, Ishan, and Surya's batting become very crucial. Like, one of the three has to go big if Mumbai have Mumbai has to do well. So because you have got Green and David, and of course Tilak Verma. I forgot to mention
Yes.
him. He has
Sure. Yeah.
been scoring runs consistently. So you see, like, someone from the seniors, or the senior trio of Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, and Surya Kumar Yadav, if one of them starts delivering consistently, then Mumbai will be as good as they have been, winning the five seasons. It's not they are that kind of a champion side. And they are pretty close to that in batting. Bowling, of course, is a concern for them. I mean, with Bumrah's absence, nobody can fill that gap. And then like
Yes.
bowling, they are not one of the best bowling sides, and that is a weak spot for them. But batting,
Mm.
definitely they are like one of the they can be one of the most threatening batting orders.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So let's discuss. As you said, post-match discuss of LSG versus RCB was very heated up. So I think Abdul wants to discuss. So let's discuss on the picture of Kohli and Gautam Gambhir. You can show it. It was a real heated. I think it started especially with, I think, Kohli arguing with Navin Al Haq. Not the
Yeah.
points table. Actually, the picture of Gautam Gambhir and Virat Kohli. Yes. But coming back to that, I mean, it was a really heated conversation going on. Your thoughts, especially on how it all unfolded, because I mean, I think it started with Kohli and Navin Al Haq first of all, and then Gautam Gambhir got interfered in the middle as well. So, your thoughts on how this unfolded? Because I mean, Kohli and Gambhir, we know they have a history in the past as well. They've had so many arguments. I mean, Kohli is having another sort of issue with Saurav Ganguly as well, and he's showing his aggression. So, your thoughts on how this unfolded today?
See, the way I see it, the match was going pretty boring, and then the players decided to spice it up and just get the audience back to their seats towards the end. I mean, jokes apart. So yeah, the as you mentioned, it all started with Kohli. Uh, so it goes back to that game at Chinnaswamy at Bangalore between RCB and Lucknow. We saw that picture of Gautam Gambhir silencing the crowd,
Yeah.
like with the finger on his mouth. So that really went viral, and RCB had that match, and Lucknow, the way Lucknow snatched it away from them, and then Gambhir's gesture of silencing the crowd. So crowd at Chinnaswamy, I can assure you, I mean, they are the loudest crowd of across the country. I
Yes,
mean, they're
definitely.
crazy fans of RCB, and Kohli pretty much took it personal. And today's game, he saw it as a kind of a redemption, for that match. And we saw with every wicket, Kohli was really pumped up, and he really wanted to win this game. And
Mm.
that exchange with Naveen Ulhaq, pretty unfortunate, because Naveen Ulhaq, coming from Afghanistan, he's very young, and
Yeah.
Kohli is a senior player, so he should avoid engaging in such a manner with a player of the stature of Kohli. Like he has a very good future. He's a good
Agree.
bowler, but then, like, yeah, he should avoid these kinds of exchanges. But then, yeah, of course, Kohli and Gambhir, they have a history in IPL. We saw
Mm.
when Gambhir was in Delhi, I think. Yeah, Delhi.
KKR also,
Then
I think KKR
KKR,
and
yeah, KKR. Yeah, KKR. So then there was a brawl between, not a brawl, but yeah, there was a kind of a good banter
argument.
between Kohli and Gambhir. So
Mm.
here again, like post match, I think I was just watching the handshake for this moment, and what happened was that Naveenullah again said something, or like there was exchange. Then Gambhir came in between to kind of handle the situation.
Yeah.
And then it kind of became a Kohli versus Gambhir
Yes.
tussle. So it was entertaining for the crowd, not so much for the spirit of the game. I mean, at the end, it's a game and should be
Yes.
played in the right spirit. But yeah, this aggression, this is what makes brings that energy,
Mm.
brings that extra intensity and the motivation for players to deliver for
Yeah.
their teams. So
I agree.
I mean, yeah, it's all part of the game. I hope they
I
they
hope, but
have this at the
but
end.
we are,
They
yeah, but we're seeing right now. I mean, Naveen Halak's getting a lot of abuses on social media. I hope, like
uh,
all the fans, to
yeah,
obviously stop actually abusing Naveen Halak,
yeah,
because I mean, it's on the pitch.
yeah,
I mean, it's on the field only. You can, I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not that bring it off the field and on a social media and just to abuse Naveen Haq, right? That I hope those things stop by. I
yeah,
mean, those things stop by
definitely,
IPL fans, because it's not a
definitely,
good sign to see a
yeah,
bowler like Minal Haq. I mean, a 22, 23-year-old, he has a lot of potential, especially in the IPL. I think he gets into these fights also. I think in this PSL also, once this happened with Navin Al Haq as well. Now we're seeing it in
Right.
the IPL as well. So
Yeah.
I hope though that he'll be okay though for the next match. But anyways,
Yeah.
let's discuss about the points table right now, because that is getting very interesting right now. Obviously, Gujarat Titans with 12 points right now, and then we have from six. I mean, second to six with 10 points each. So it's going to be very interesting right now. Two teams with one team with 4 points. I think SRH won on Saturday, and then they got to six. So it's very interesting right now in the points table. Your thoughts, especially how things are going out. Who do you think are going to be the top four at the end? Like sort of a prediction right now, seeing how things are going. I mean, it's really, really tight right now. But any thoughts, especially whether RCB can get to the playoffs, Punjab Kings, whether they have a chance this season after that win against CSK? So, your thoughts?
See, Gujarat is definitely going to the playoffs. They are already like on what 12 points, and they just need like what 2 to 3 wins, and I don't see them losing a lot. So Gujarat is going to the playoffs. Rajasthan, pretty strong side, even though they've lost, like they lost the last game, they will come back surely. And Rajasthan, I do see them going to the playoffs. Chennai Super Kings, like they are my favorites, and not just because of that, but like Chennai, like the biggest strength is their batting setup. So I mean,
Hmm.
everyone coming and going. Bonkers, like and with the kind of
Rahane has
form,
been
like,
brilliant. Yeah.
yeah. So you see Conway, Ruturaj, Rahane, Dubey. So for that reason, I do believe that Chennai will make it to the playoffs. The last spot, there'll be a fight, between Lucknow. Lucknow has a good bowling lineup. Then RCB, Mumbai is picking up the form. They have won like the last 2 games. Uh,
Yes.
Punjab, also, Punjab is a team, they don't have much individual, that they don't have individual match winners, but like the team comes together, the whole of a team approach. So I
Yes.
believe that fourth team will be RCB. Like my gut feeling says that. So Gujarat, Rajasthan, Chennai, and RCB. So I see
Hmm.
them as the four final. Yeah,
Yes. All right. Very interesting. All right. Anyways, let's go to the quiz segment right now. So,
yeah.
Abdul, if we can get into guess the cricket, and then I'll ask you questions as well after that. So, let's get into guess the star right now.
Yeah.
Abdul, if you can put the picture. Yes. Who is this cricketer, by the way?
I think
Utkarsh.
Mohammad Siraj.
Incorrect. Actually, it is Vijay Kumar Vishak, the
Oh,
umpire bowler who recently played for
okay,
RCB. I mean, this season, yes. So he's the
okay.
right answer. Pacer, medium fast
Yeah,
bowler. All
yeah.
right, let's get into three questions. Fairly
Yeah.
easy today. I've given some easy questions to the guest. Who scored the most centuries in IPL history?
Uh, Chris Gale.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Yes, it is Chris Gale, indeed. So that's the first question done.
Yeah.
Second question, yes. Who is the spinner that has taken the most wickets in IPL history? Right now, at
Yeah.
present, IPL history
Yuzvendra
wise.
Chahal. Yuzvendra
Yeah,
Chahal, 178 wickets.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right. It is Yusuf Chahal indeed.
Yeah.
That is the right answer. And final question of the day: which uncapped Indian player has scored the most runs in an IPL season?
Okay.
That's a bit tricky.
This is a tough one. Uncapped Indian. So let me think.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Is it? No, it can't be Manish Pandey. Mayank Agarwal, maybe. I know, but he was already capped. Uh, Yashasvi Jaiswal last season.
No, it's actually Ishan Kishan, IPL 2020. He scored
Okay,
520.
okay,
That season he was incredible in
all
UAE.
right,
Yes.
okay,
Anyways, guys, let's wrap this up. So thank you so much for joining and on short notice as well. With this,
yeah,
we did this IPL Zone episode with Eric. So it was fun discussing with you, and yeah, it was a great conversation. And yeah, guys. So thank you so much once again, Utkarsh, for joining. the conversation. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, thank you, Pawan. And yeah, it was a great conversation. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that wraps up IPL Zone episode 8. So thank you, guys, once again. I know not a lot of people watching, but do watch this episode after once perhaps this video ends in some other time. Do subscribe to Sportanic, like, comment, and share on this video as well. And yeah, hope guys this come into IPL Zone episode 9 as well coming up. So do stay tuned to that and watch the previous videos of the IPL Zone as well, which I've conducted and which Faizan conducted one video as well. So do tune in to those videos as well. So until then, guys, thank you so much and good night over here, Sri Lanka and India. I don't know what's the time zone in other countries, but thank you guys and goodbye, guys. Thank you.